Your friendly host Nacho is back on this regular program with my little friend here. And now it's a nice topic again. It is we want to talk about Maalaala Maleta. This MMK is a very special MMK. But can you do me one favor? This little fella here, he really hopes that you can subscribe to my channel because it could enrich his life. It could make his life better. And also your life could also be better because I intend to do lots of other vlogs, lots of more vlogs like this to make your day even better than ever. So here we go. MMK Maleta. Why is MMK Maleta an amazing MMK? Because it's totally different than other MMKs. It starts actually with Charo Santos, and she's not in Pinas. Oh my goodness, where is she? It looks to me like almost like she's in some other country. Oh my goodness, what happened? Anonanyari? No, it turns out she is basically in Hong Kong. Why is she in Hong Kong? What is the reason? No, the reason is very simple. This is an OFW MMK, and it looks almost like that's the way I think that it happened. It looks to me like maybe this MMK was even screened at Hong Kong, because why else is Charo Santos also in Hong Kong when she is talking to the audience in this MMK? That's my conclusion. But on the other hand, as you remember, I don't speak Tagalog much, and this DVD doesn't even have any subtitles, so there's a lot of stuff that where I'm not 100% sure. So could be that she's there on the screen for MMK, but could also be not. But I'm wandering off back to the wonderful episode, because it is now about an OFW woman that is played by Miss Cherry Pie Picache, and she has traveled to Hong Kong basically, and her new job is with an older Chinese lady, or lady from Hong Kong basically, and she's basically doing everything there in that household. She learns all the stuff that she needs to do also, but yeah, at the same time she's a little bit very homesick. You can tell this because she always sometimes gets emotional when she thinks about her familia that she left in Pinas. And yeah, then one happens that suddenly when the Babai that hired her to become a domestic helper basically, when she sees that she's crying there, she's saying something impossible there. This you have never seen anything like it. She said something like this: crying is not allowed in my house. Please don't cry. It has a bad impact on my life. Don't do it. Please don't cry. So basically she does not know what to answer to this. She just says nothing and is just doing her daily routine there. But basically what happens after this is she got another emotional moment there, and that moment is actually even more heartbreaking than the other moment. And then when the Chinese woman sees this, she's really glad. What? You are crying all the time? Are you crazy? No wonder that my business is now so bad. Why are you crying? And this is basically, have you ever seen something like this? And when you consider this is a true story, that somebody really sent this story to the Maalaala office, this is amazing, that this has such an impact on this, when you that crying is not allowed in your house. And basically Cherry Pie is really defending herself. She really says already this: when I feel sad, then it's my right to cry, and I cry all the time that I want. She's really fighting for that right. But of course that makes her employer totally angry, and she it is actually not her employer who's firing her. It's actually Cherry Pie who just says, if I cannot cry here, then I will leave you, goodbye. And then you also have this scene where this employer really gives her lots of baht words in Chinese, obviously, while she's just leaving and crushing the door, closing the door, basically. And yeah, the next thing basically is that happens. She has a contact there in Hong Kong. She had a friend there who's also a domestic helper that is played by Miss Irma Adlaban, and through the help of this friend, she really is able to find work with some other person that is hiring her to become her domestic helper. But then there's also some other interesting second story in this, because totally by chance, obviously, she is in some kind of I think it's a jewelry store or something like this in Hong Kong, where she suddenly sees her daughter. Why is she seeing her daughter? No, her daughter is not in the Philippines anymore. No, her daughter is actually a flight attendant, and so the meeting of her daughter is totally by chance, by accidental. So that's actually should be an happy circumstance. Yeah, and at first it looks like they have some nice time out there in Hong Kong, but suddenly it happens that they got some kind of fight there. They got some kind of arguments. And that of course is also heartbreaking, because then the mother-daughter relationship is actually deteriorating, and that is also sad to see that suddenly they are splitting up, and they got almost, it looks like, oh my goodness, it looks like they got some kind of bad blood between them. Yeah, and back now to the household where now Cherry Pie is working. In this household, there's also something like her employer tells her actually that he always prefers to have his domestic helpers to be Filipinas, because he tells her Cherry Pie basically that he was told since he was a child he was used to have a Pinay there, because his nanny was a Pinay basically. So that's why he loved to have her basically there. And then of course there's some other scene basically where Cherry Pie is totally appreciating what Irma Adlaban has done for her, because else she would have no work now anymore. And then there's another scene basically where there's some kind of contest in Hong Kong, obviously, about maybe domestic helper Pinays there, or other women who are there in Hong Kong, who obviously do some kind of beauty contest or something like that. And it is on that contest basically where suddenly Cherry Pie and her daughter. I totally forgot to say the name of the person that plays Cherry Pie's daughter, but rather last but not least, it is Miss Desiree Del Val who plays the daughter, and on that it's basically on this kind of beauty contest that, by the way, Cherry Pie is winning. On this beauty contest, it looks like Desiree is coming forward and they are reconciliating, and which is wonderful, because a daughter and her Nana should always reconcile, because you should always become a family. And the best thing is Cherry Pie is even winning the contest. So this episode actually ends now on a very happy note, and that is actually a nice thing to do. And it also shows you basically what is so special about this episode is it shows you basically the hardships sometimes and the way that OFW Filipinos are experiencing in other countries. And that is definitely something that not many MMK episodes have shown you. Yes, I remember there were sometimes some MMK episodes where some people were shown that they were in other countries, but you did not see their life in that country. So this episode is very special because it really plays in Hong Kong. So if you have the chance to find this episode, as far as I know it is not yet there on YouTube, you should definitely try to get in touch with I1TFC or so, or even write just to ABS-CBN or I1 or TFC and request that episodes request it also on Jeepney TV. Hopefully they will soon upload it, because it is a very special episode. It's very good, and I think it will warm your heart like many MMK episodes. So please subscribe to this channel. This guy is counting on you. Mr. Inakai wants you to do this, because more nice MMK reviews are on the way. So see you in the next vlog. Kapameya. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye. Fly away.